Howdy, y'all. All right, most of you are probably familiar with these newer diesel pickups and how they run DEF, diesel exhaust fluid. Anything newer than 2010 diesel pickup has to run DEF in order to meet EPA standards. All right, I'm no scientist or nothing. I'm a dumb logger, so I can't really go into the magic of how it works or anything like that, but pretty much they squirt that urea into the particulate filter, and then when the exhaust goes through it, whatever, it traps the carbon in a filter and then burns it off, and yeah, you release less vaporous or maybe different kind of vapors or something. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but all right. So any new pickup you get, unless it's been neutered, you know, if the kitty's been cut out of it and stuff like that, you're gonna have to run DEF in your pickup. And I mean, say a tank of DEF, which I think is around 7 gallons or so for these Ford pickups from 2011 to 2000, well, I guess to 23, whatever. I imagine it's a 7.5 gallon tank. I'm not exactly sure. I'm pretty sure this one was, or is, whatever. All right, yeah, so you'll use that tank, which is 7 gallons, in about 4,000 miles, something like that. So I mean, it's not a huge thing, but at the same time, if you don't run it, it'll put you in limp mode, and you won't be able to go above like 40 miles an hour, and it could damage the diesel particulate filter, which is pretty spendy. I guess they got to put it in an oven and bake it or something, or either that or you can clean it, have the factory clean it. Or it could mess up sensors and stuff like that. But a guy I work with actually has a pickup similar to this. It's a extra cab short bed with a 6.7, which is kind of rare, actually. You don't see too many of them. Pretty neat pickup, whatever, because this, we call these crummies. This is a logging crummy. As you can see, I got Sky Car in the back there, which that F-250, whatever, it'd struggle hauling that in the bed of it, being the short bed. And we run a 100-gallon fuel tank in a toolbox, so there isn't much room left over in the pickup I'm talking about. He has been running it for 3 years now. He got it from another guy who got it new, because my boss purchased this one and the one I'm talking about at the same time. And well, the whole time he's had it, this 3 years, he's put dang near 40,000 miles on it, and he has not put DEF in it one freaking time. And when he was telling me that, I'm like, there's no way, Jim, you're full of crap. He's like, dude, it's never popped up, you know, because like this one, it would always pop up 500-mile range, and then, you know, you go put 5 gallons freaking DEF in it, and you're good for a while. Well, he was like, it's never told me to put DEF in it. I've never put DEF in it, not once. 3 years I've been driving it, and I've never had any issues. Nothing's popped up, no check engine light, nothing like that. I'm like, how the heck is that even possible? So I asked Jeffrey, which had the pickup before him. I'm like, dude, what the heck? Did you put DEF in it? He's like, yeah, I did, up until I accidentally put saw gas. I think he put around a 1/4 gallon, maybe a little bit more, of saw gas in it by accident, just because at the shop we got all these diesel gas cans, whatever, they're race cans, and a lot of them sitting over by the DEF, because we use a big 250 gallon tote thing, whatever, and then fill up the gas cans and then dump it right in the pickup. I guess it's cheaper to buy it that way. Well, he grabbed one of the cans, goes out, and glug, 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 and he smelled it. He's like, what the heck smells like? He's like, oh no. Pulls the thing out, and then he fills the rest of the tank up with DEF, and he ran it. And I guess from that day on, he didn't notice it, whatever, because he only ran the truck probably about 6 months or so afterwards, whatever, and just was like, wow, what the heck, you know, and haven't put DEF in it. And then the whole time, Jim, which, I mean, he doesn't own a diesel pickup, doesn't really, you know, pay attention to that kind of stuff at all. And then when someone asked him, you know, about something about the DEF, Jim said, oh, I haven't put DEF in it at all. So we were all kind of confused, and Jeffrey said, he was like, well, man, it must have freaking made it so you don't have to put DEF in it. So I don't advise this, you know. I kind of want someone to try it with the means to kind of do it, because none of us, we've all talked about it, whatever, putting saw gas in it so they no longer use DEF, whatever, but none of us have actually done it. These trucks are freaking expensive. Even this one, it's got right shy of 200,000 miles. I mean, heck, they'd still want 20 grand for this thing, you know. Seeing that, I mean, these crummies, they get the heck beat out of them. These trucks just up and down gravel roads, hauling stupid stuff, pulling low boys up the hill. I mean, these freaking crummies have a hard life. It's kind of crazy when you see one for sale that is for sale for the same as any other similar truck on the market that just ran up and down the highway, because it's a completely different animal when you buy one that's been a crummy. Of course, I can't talk too much crap. I've got this one here, and it's got 330,000 miles on an old 6-liter that was a crummy, and she still runs like a steed. I actually drove her 40, 50 miles today after I got off work. And well, I mean, these pickups, they get the heck beat out of them. That's what I'm getting to there. So I kind of wanted to make this video just to see if maybe someone out there does have the means, or someone has a blown up transmission. Or actually, these freaking transmissions in these trucks are super tough. These old 6-speeds. The new 2020 10-speeds, I guess, are a little problematic in the hills. They like to kind of run away on you, to where these 6-speeds are pretty solid. My boss, he's got a 2012, 3 of these 2016s, 2 or 3 2018s, and then 4 2020s. So there's quite a few, you know, 6.7s. These Fords are tough platforms, freaking awesome trucks. Don't have all the front end problems and transmission problems that Dodges do, so, and or Chevys for that matter, but front end problems with Chevys and electrical. Ford just seemed to be a tough freaking pickup. So my boss man, pretty particular to Fords as his work trucks, even though he's got a couple Duramaxes as his personal rig, just because they're freaking Cadillacs. And he's got a couple Dodges too, but they're older, old 12 valves. Those freaking things are so tough. So, you know, but none of us can justify going and trying this again, whatever, by putting a quarter gallon of saw gas in it so it doesn't have to use DEF. So if one of you out there actually has the means to try this, it'd be pretty interesting to see if it's actually a fluke, or if it's, you know, something that can be what would you call it, like duplicated, you know. It'd be really interesting, but of course it'd have to be someone with the means to throw away what, $20,000, which is ungodly, especially for someone like me. I mean, this is my work truck, and it's nicer than anything I own, so I can't do it. And I don't, yeah, never mind. But yeah, so if any of you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them and tell me what you think about that. Saw gas, mixed 2-stroke saw gas in the DEF tank, and it's been trouble-free for the past 30,000 miles using no DEF. He has added no DEF to it. No lights. Truck runs, drives perfectly fine. No limp mode, no nothing. So I don't know if it's just a fluke or possibly discovered something pretty cool. All right, awesome. Thank you for watching. Stay awesome.